Hi, Tom.
Hi there. Hello, hello everyone. So my name's Tom Shakespeare, and I'm here today to present to you a cause that's very important to me personally, hoping that you will join us in making a difference. And I'm very lucky to be here with my colleague and friend, Queen Elizabeth Sacchetti, who is in need of a mobility device urgently, and she's going to tell us all about it later. We know each other because you're part of the
Yes.
program funded by the
Mhm.
UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and that's where you develop your research skills, isn't it? Tell us more about yourself. Well, how is it like growing up in Zambia, disabled?
It's not an easy thing. I was born 46 years ago in a town called Muflera in Zambia, in my country. I was born without feet and without hand, and for most of my life, I've been to physio to help me have better mobility. And then I started using two prosthetic limbs when I was 8 years old. So that's when I started my grade one. And then since then, it's been relatively okay. But then as I'm getting older, my needs are changing. And at the moment, I have a pair of prosthetics that are simply not working for me.
How long have you had these that you're using now?
The ones I'm using, I've had them for more than 6 years. Ideally, I should be changing every 2 years because I mean, they're like shoes. When they finish, you ought to replace them. But I've been unable to replace them because of not having enough finances to buy. And also at my hospital, the local hospital I usually get them, there's been no material for quite a while now. And then more recently it became frightening because I'm developing other problems because of using a bad pair. My spine is bending because of leaning too much on the crutch, and my
Yeah,
arm is also hurting because of putting my weight on the crutch. But again, I can't try force myself to use bad limbs because I have pressure points everywhere. So it's quite urgent as much as I'm progressing academically, but my health needs are
yeah.
slightly not on
You
the
can't
good side.
you can't get away from your health needs. Tell me about your trip to Germany, and I think
Mhm.
you met somebody called Dr. Patrick. Tell me about this.
Yes, so recently I got in touch with some colleagues of mine from Germany through a very good friend of mine, Danae. So they got me in touch with Dr. Patrick from the south of Germany, who's willing to help me with my medical needs. And it's very exciting for me, but at the same time, I need to raise funds to travel with a carer and myself, and also for at least 50% of the cost of prosthetics. They're so good, they've offered to do it at 50% because I explained to say my needs are urgent and I can't afford
Well,
on my own.
it's the first time you've tried to improve things. The first thing you've tried to do to help yourself.
Yes, I've tried to have my artificial limbs patched because when there are pressure points, I need something softer to be added to it. I've tried, and then I also go to the shops, buy those foams that you use
Yeah.
to clean cars. Yes,
Oh,
I cut those and put and improvise
really?
and put
Oh,
yes.
incredible.
And then recently when I traveled to England, I asked some friends to organize a wheelchair for me so that at least when I'm home, I use a manual wheelchair to just rest my legs. And yeah, sure.
That's good. It sounds like it's important to do it right. And that in the long run, this German
Hmm.
solution might be better and be even less costly, because if you get it right, then you won't have to budget,
Yes.
have a sort of Heath Robinson solution. So why do you think the doctors in Germany decided to fund you that 50% of the cost?
Okay. I think they saw the urgency of my need. Yeah, I think that's why. It's and there are people that are specialized in doing prosthetic limbs and looking at orthopedic conditions. So when I had an interview with them, like explaining my needs and more like the way we go to a doctor in physical time, but I had to do it online and also send photographs of what is happening to my limbs and my artificial limbs. So they felt they really needed to get in. I wouldn't want to say worse to you, but my arm is getting bad. In the morning, I wake up with cramps because of leaning too much on my crutch. So I'm afraid of losing my hand because
Yeah,
I only have the use of one proper hand, and if
one
I
hand,
lose that, that's a
yeah,
big loss to me. I can't
definitely.
afford to lose that. So it's better to deal with the situation now than cry later.
Absolutely. So you get this
Mm.
new pair of prosthetic limbs, which
Hmm.
have to be made specially for you, which is why you need to
Yes,
travel and stay in Germany for 6 weeks, so they can also
yes.
help you to walk with them. It's not just a matter of making the right limbs; it's also a matter of you
Mm.
using it right. Yeah.
Yes, I have to also do some gait training because of yes, some gait training so that I get back to my better self.
So
Mhm.
when you get this new pair, how is your life going to change?
Oh, it will change quite a lot. For instance, in the morning, I will wake up more refreshed because my hand will be feeling better. And then I'll have less pressure points on my limbs. And because there'll be less pressure points, meaning less scarring and less um, sores. And then it will be a whole lot better. It will leave more time for me to focus on my research because right now it's 50-50. On one hand, I'm doing my write up, my research and all, but if I'm hurting on the other side, then I leave it for a while, and it can be quite frustrating. You're typing and your hand is just going in another direction. It's not feeling too good. So this help will really change my life for now. That's what
It,
I believe.
I can see that it make a big difference on your quality of life if it's done right
Mm,
by great
mm.
professionals. So it sounds like you've made all the right contacts.
You can make this happen by contributing to my GoFundMe, so that we raise funds for the medical intervention.
So anybody who wants to go on Queen's journey, getting a new pair of prostheses, go to the link we're
Mm,
showing on screen to do so. Well, I'm very hopeful it works out fine. You've so much to contribute to the disability
mm,
community, the research
yeah.
community. Your research is very important. And
Mm,
it's interesting because you're studying gaps in health systems. You're experiencing it first. If anybody can,
mm,
as it were, uncover and bring to the world what goes wrong, what is not enough,
mm,
you are that woman. And
mm.
together we get there.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you, Tom. It's always a pleasure to talk with you
Well,
about my needs and disability in general.
I'm your friend and colleague and always will be. So together we're going to get there. We really hope that we get to the finish line and you get the legs, the prosthetics you need in order to make the contribution
Okay.
we know you can make.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
bye
Thank
now.
you so much for your time. Bye.
Take care.